everything is made inside on the stovetop. And the first thing that you want to do is start off by browning 8 skin-on, bone-in chicken thighs. And I've already browned most of them. I'm browning my last batch. I'm going to give those a few more minutes and get the rest of my ingredients ready. I need to mince 1 onion. I have a pretty huge onion, so I'm only going to mince half of it, save the other half for later, and then smash 6 cloves of garlic. So those are the aromatics that are going to go into this sauce. I'm only going to brown one side of the chicken thighs. They were seasoned with salt and pepper, and when they're brown, you can take them out and set them aside for a minute or 2 while you saute your aromatics. I don't know why, but this is very splattery. I'm getting very splattered right now. It happens, so be careful, and maybe, you know, I always wear my apron down, but wear your apron up and like maybe wear really, really long protective gloves. I'm just kidding. Add your onion and your garlic to the pan. If there's more than about 1.5 tablespoons of fat in there, you can remove it so there's not too much fat in your sauce. You want to stir your onions and garlic until they're translucent, and just make sure that the brown bits on the bottom of the pan don't start burning or getting too dark. That does sometimes happen with the carryover heat of browning, so scrape those up, but in 6 minutes after they get nice and translucent, you're going to deglaze with some beer. If you find that the brown bits are browning too quickly on the bottom of the pan, you can add a little bit of that liquid, either the beer or a little bit of water, to make sure that you get them scraped up and into the onions before they start tasting bad, because they taste really delicious right now. And I'm going to do that because I'm getting nervous. You don't want to add too much because you want it to evaporate quickly, so that you're still sauteing your onions, but it'll give you the opportunity to use that liquid to scrape up those brown bits, get them into the sauce before they get burnt. So the beer will evaporate really quickly, and then you can continue sauteing your onions. Once your onions and garlic are nice and translucent, then you can add, well, the bottle of beer and or what's remaining of the bottle of beer. 1.5 cups ketchup. If you're making really, really from scratch, you might start with like ground up tomatoes or something, but I think that ketchup is a great way to start. It has sweetness in there, it has spices, it has garlic, it's kind of great. I love ketchup. 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. So since this is an inside recipe, I am giving it a little bit of smoke with smoked paprika. 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. This is giving a lot of depth of flavor. The cider vinegar is obviously there for acidity. You have sweetness, you have smoke, you have kind of everything that you want in a barbecue sauce, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the chicken back here, and it's gonna cook in this sauce. So it's kind of thin right now, which is exactly how I want it because I'm braising my chicken in this, so it can't be really thick yet. So just take the chicken and place it back into the pot. And you're just going to simmer this on top of the stove. What happens is all the juices from the chicken meld with the sauce ingredients and make something really tasty after it simmers for about 1 hour. So it's not going to be fully covered because this is a braise. You may want to stir it around after a while so that pieces that are partially uncovered are covered with the liquid so that it cooks nice and evenly. So don't be alarmed if you can't fit everything completely underneath the liquid. As soon as you start cooking it, the liquid does rise, and then you're going to cover it and let it simmer for about an hour. When the chicken is cooked after an hour, you want to remove it from the sauce and then reduce the sauce until it thickens slightly. This has been reducing for about 30 minutes. I better turn it down because it's starting to stick. You can see it's quite a bit thicker. You just want to mash the garlic cloves a little bit if they haven't broken down on their own so that they incorporate into the sauce. While that's reducing, you can let your chicken cool a little bit and then shred it into pieces. You remove the skin and then just shred your chicken. I've already shredded some of it, but you know, you get the idea. You're making like a pulled pork but chicken dish. The meat should come off the bones really easily, but I do have one word of warning. It's not a word of warning. It's just a please try this with chicken thighs and not with chicken breasts. I know that you may feel like you like chicken breasts better, but I feel like in this application it might get a little bit dry. So the thighs are perfect for this recipe. So give them a try, even if it's not something that you normally cook with. This can be made ahead too. So after you do what I'm just about to do, which is add the chicken to the sauce to heat through, you can keep this in your refrigerator and reheat it whenever you're ready to serve it. So it's a great party recipe because it's completely make ahead, really. And it's a great accompaniment to grilled foods if you want to be grilling but also have something really easy and make ahead. Make this dish. Serve it on our favorite, which are potato buns, or your favorite bun. You can add like a layer of coleslaw. Sometimes I put potato chips on here, which I know it's crazy, but it's so good. All that like the extra crunch, so amazing. I was gonna put this on a plate, but I realized, forget that. I'm just gonna take a bite. My recommendation, wear a bib when you eat this because it's going to make a big mess. But it's totally worth it. Enjoy.